up, everybody? Welcome to Altknots. Today we are going to chit chat about some Halloween yarn. I know, that's shocking. Halloween yarn in the yarn dungeon. This yarn is going to be specific to an upcoming pattern that I have, which is a crochet sock pattern. This has been on such a journey. Like the pattern from start to where we're at here today, it has seen some life. Let's just say that. Events have happened and we are finally here and I'm finally ready to put it out. But the very last thing that I needed to focus on was what type of yarn am I using? Like, what is going to be the yarn? What is it going to be? Like, how is it going to look? How is it going to get styled? And specifically, since this is a Halloween crochet sock, obviously I needed some Halloween yarn. Fast forward to Muse 2320, the amazing, incredible Sarah, the maker, the artist behind Muse 2320. We got to chit-chatting and I was talking about this pattern, about like how excited I was. I just love crochet socks in general. I love making them. I love wearing them. I love gifting them. All of the above. She then mentioned that she had an up-and-coming Hocus Pocus inspired line and there was gonna be a sock weight yarn. Like, honestly, timing could not be more perfect. It like genuinely could not. This is the yarn that I've been waiting for. This is what the pattern is gonna look like now. I'm so freaking excited. First and foremost, you went and looked, right? You saw down below, you saw the Insta, the gorgeous swishy yarn. You saw, you know. I have a ton, you can't really see it. Let's look at this. I have a ton of her yarn and I haven't even spun it up yet. Chilling down here, like honestly, this is just hanging out because, and this is all sock yarn. Like seriously, this is all Sarah's sock yarn. Gorgeous. I'm not even lying when I say sometimes I go into Muse 2320 and have no idea what I'm there for. Like genuinely no idea. Just grab things. I'm like, this is pretty. This is soft. I love this color combo. And then it goes down there and waits until right now when I know what I'm gonna use it for. Okay, are you ready? Are you ready to see this? I haven't seen it yet either. So I've seen it all over the Insta. I've seen the pictures, but in person, I have not seen it yet. So we're in this together. The very first time in the yarn dungeon, Hocus Pocus inspired sock combo. Oh my gosh. Oh, there's a note too. I'll get to that later. Oh my gosh. If you know Hocus Pocus, you do not need me to tell you. Like the names of these, I don't even need to tell you, right? Comment down below, right here. So we'll count them. 1, 2, 3 for the Sanderson sisters inspired socks. Shout the names out down below in order. 1, 2, 3. And then the very last one, which is a full skein. This is crazy, a full skein. 3 mini skeins for the Sanderson sisters and 1 full skein, which is, again, comment it down below real quick before I say it, the Black Flame candle. Before I go any further, this is 100% why I absolutely adore Muse 2320. Sarah is an incredible artist, like through and through, absolutely. This is just ridiculous, which ends up being a problem when I get these from Muse because they're so gorgeous that I don't want to use them. Like I don't want to cake them up. I just want to display this now. Like let's just display this. Now we have my holder upside down. Yep, that checks out. Of course it's upside down. I'm a little bit excited. So that makes sense. Yes. Now I have 2 more of these holders throughout the yarn dungeon. One is the glow in the dark one, which is really freaking cool, but that's it. I just want to set this around everywhere. This is my decor for October 2022, Halloween, probably all the way out throughout the rest of the year. Like that's what I want. I don't want to cake it up because it's so freaking gorgeous. But luckily, this is not just a sit and be pretty yarn. No, this is a sock kit and it's gonna be turned into socks. It has a purpose, which means I need to follow through with it. Okay, let's take a closer look at everything though. Let me read the back. Mockingbird 2-ply fingering, which is what Muse calls 2-ply fingering. So that's the other thing. Muse 2320 has all of these punny names for every single skein of yarn, as well as every weight of yarn. 80% superwash merino wool, awesome. 20% nylon, which makes this fantastic for socks. Anything else? Stop. It says Kayla special. Okay, Sarah is just a genuine sweetheart. Like seriously. For the Black Flame one, which is a full hank of yarn, that is 365 meters, 100 grams, or 400 yards, whichever way that you like to look at it. For the minis, there is 87 yards. So every one, 2, 3, all 3 of these have 87 yarns. The name right here, Sanderson Sisters, the 3 little minis, Sanderson Sisters, and the black flame. Gosh, okay, look at Mary's. Like, that is ridiculous. Let's take this off, and it is official. You can no longer be decor. You are going to be worked up. Starting with the black flame, this intensity of purple, I'm obsessed with it. Like, there are no other words. I'm obsessed with this. I want a cardigan, socks, mittens, I want a hat. Like, I want to be covered in this color. It is ridiculously gorgeous. And there's so much depth to it as well. Next, we have Sarah's, and this is just fun. It's Sarah's, so it totally makes sense. The intensity of the pink, the purple, and then we have all the way down here, beautiful red, little bit of yellow for the blonde flowing locks that Sarah has in the movie. This was the very first one that I saw on Instagram, and I was like, need. I mean, obviously, right? It made me 100% miss my red hair. Everything about this is pure love to me. Little bit of the witchy purple, the deep reds flowing into the orange, and I bet you this is gonna look amazing caked up. The colors just go so well together and they flow into each other. I can't wait. Like, honestly, I cannot wait to work this up into socks. Lastly, we have Winifred, which screams Halloween. In yarn form, that is Halloween. Again, the deep, intense purple. We have the green that goes from slimy green all the way to like a dark emerald, little orange, and then over here, it's almost like black. Like, that's how intense the purple is. I don't know if that's actually black dye in here. Is it? Let's look a little closer. I don't know. I think it might just be that purple. It's that intense that it looks black. Yeah, I think that's what it is. It's just really intense purple. It's here. It knows its business. Decisions of which one to do, which one to cake up first. We're gonna cake this one up first because I can't decide between these three. Like I said, I love Mary, but all of them, obviously, I want all of them caked up. Halloween yarn candy. Oh my gosh. Wrap these up, put them in a cute little bag. Can we have trick-or-treating but with yarn? I'm serious, we're starting that. Mini skeins of yarn that looks like candy. Let's make it happen, ghouls. I'm serious, let's do this. Not a more perfect day to use this. And I actually have a medium roast today, which is crazy. Medium roast with some marshmallow creamer from Nut Pods. Fall in a mug. Basically a cauldron, right? Sanderson Sisters cauldron full of caffeine, which is essentially a potion to keep you going for the day and crochet through every single project that you need. I'm buying that. If you've never opened a hank of yarn before either, right on the top here, there's normally like an easy spot. This one is all wound together. Obviously there's just one end, but here it's like folded over. So you just grab that part, kind of pull it off, and then magic happens. Will there be a lot of witch and Hocus Pocus references today? I'm gonna go with yeah. Puns are always welcome in the comments as well too. If you have some good witchy puns, please let me know. All right, perfect. There are little bits of yarn attaching the entire thing together. We're just gonna chop those off. And these parts I end up saving in my little Sam. Let me grab it. Sam holds all of my yarn scraps, so whenever I do stuffies, if I don't have stuffing around or if it only requires like a tiny bit, I'll use my yarn scraps for it. Otherwise, it's fun decor. More coffee. I'm amazed that I haven't drank all of this yet. So this right here, you'll notice that on hanks, 2 strands put together. So it's one holding this together and then the other one that is the beginning of this hank of yarn. Just cut right here where that double, triple knot thing is happening and it'll fall apart really easily then. So there is one that is clearly on the inside. I'm just gonna tuck that in there. And this one is beautifully on the outside. Put you in here. I like to talk through the yarn. It just happens. It's part of the process. Sometimes when you get gorgeous hanks, you worry a little bit about what they're gonna look like caked up because you love them so much as the color combos are happening. This is not the case. If you're you're chit-chatting with me on any social media platform today, it's all about this yarn. That's it. I've got nothing else to say except for this yarn. Look at it. It's gorgeous. Let's chat about it. What are we making with it? Here we have them all caked up, the Sanderson sister trio plus the black flame candle. Never gonna get tired of looking at it. I am so excited that they're gonna be socks too, because not only am I gonna be super cozy for Halloween, but every single day that I wear these, it's just gonna bring me pure joy, like nothing else. There is actually a lot going on at Muse 2320 and with this entire collection that I totally forgot to chat about because I just got excited. I wanted to open it, cake it up, feel it, squish it, show it to you. Like, I was just very excited. So we need to head back to the site. Muse 2320 fiber. The very first thing on the top of the page says it's pre-order season. Fun fact, Sarah is also a huge fan of Halloween. So there's gonna be a lot of things happening in the shop and online. But the very first one right on top says Hocus Pocus color collection and has all the information about it. So this is a pre-order collection. The pre-orders opened this past Saturday, which is August 20th. And it says that it does close Saturday, August 27th. Expected to ship out the week of September 26th. So it's gonna ship out before October. You'll have these colors ready to go in hand. Make sure first off that you follow her Instagram. That's definitely where you're gonna see the up-to-date, like when, where, if it actually hits the shelves or if we just completely buy everything out pre-order. There are pictures of every single one of these on here. So the black flame candle, all three of the sisters, they are laid out here. And each one has their own little spot. Like, that's Mary. Are you kidding me? That is gorgeous. Seriously. And then here we have the actual sock kit that I have. If you click on one of the skeins by itself, it does tell you the weight of yarn that's available. So it's not just sock yarn. There is quite a bit available actually. Sarah, and then click down here, you see the price, and then right here, click on that button, and it's gonna tell you everything that is available for this colorway. Starting off, we have alpaca silk. I have tried the alpaca silk and it is so freaking luscious. I combined it with another, I think it was a DK weight, combined that together and made a sweater. One of my all-time favorite sweaters. There's the Mockingbird 2-ply sock. There's also the Crane Wife fingering weight yarn. Bumblebee Schlub. Oh, I need to show you. This is literally one of my favorite weights. This Schlub, oh my gosh. First of all, I'm obsessed with the name, but this one is called Blackjack, and I just got this just to have. Honestly, I keep this in the yarn dungeon because it's so gorgeous and it goes with everything, and especially for wraps, shawls, sweaters. This stuff is so freaking cool. It has this really cool texture to it. And this colorway, I mean, that makes me really excited that Schlub is available in all of these colors. Oh my gosh. Okay, this is just adding, it's gonna be ridiculous how much of this Sanderson sister yarn that I'm gonna have in the yarn dungeon. There is a DK and there is a raven worsted Aran as well. And it is all pre-order. So you can really honestly go whatever direction you want. You can get the entire trio set to make some socks. You can also get some schlub, some fingering, a little bit of silk if you want to go crazy. If you wanted to make someone a sweater for a birthday, holiday, something like that, and it's like a really special present, alpaca silk, yes, 100% through and through, alpaca silk. And in these colors, it would seriously be to die for. Like this in alpaca silk, say less. Scrolling down a little bit further, it does say available bases, and then it has all of them split down, and starting off with Raven Worsted, it explains everything that it's made of. So 100% superwash merino, 181 yards / 100 grams. It does that with every single one of them. If you're wanting to know exactly what's in it, how much you're gonna get with each hank of yarn, it's all listed down below. Oh, it does mention down here, if you find other goodies on here that you want to buy, but it's not pre-order, make sure that you do a separate order, because again, this one isn't going to ship out until September. And I think that's pretty much it. Just a nice little reminder. Happy haunting, fiber friends. Absolutely. Just in case we forgot, we have the trio pre-order Sanderson Sister Trio full hank. In case in these past couple of minutes you forgot what it looked like, this is everything that it is. And then again, this one, you pull it down and it gives you options. So for this, there is the Mockingbird 2-ply sock, which is what I have. This one right here. And there is a DK weight. So if sock weight yarn isn't your thing, I totally understand that. Worsted weight 100% through and through is my all-time favorite. This is a dramatic change from that. Like, this is very, very thin in comparison. It's totally worth it, but it was a process to get there. Like, I had to figure out, how do I sit? How do I prop my arm up? The hook that I like to use with it. I mean, it was everything. Tension ends up changing a little bit because it's totally different. Now that I'm here and I've worked with it a little bit, it was worth going through that entire process. But if you're not quite there yet and you still want to get the 3 baby hanks plus the actual big hank, there is an option for DK weight. Another reason why there is a pre-order is we all want this in time for the premiere, right? Like, we want these in hand. I know that I do. I want to make my socks before the premiere. 100% I'm going to wear them to the premiere. There are so many different weight variations though. You can make a cardigan, a sweater, cowl, fingerless mitts, maybe a beanie, a witch hat, and then this for the brim. Yes, or like just the top one color, brim this color. You can end up with 3 different hats. Okay, these are just ideas. Feel free to take what you want. My list is now currently super packed. I thought I had a max of patterns, but you know, I'm gonna keep adding to it. That's just really how this year is going. So that is pretty much it for today though. Thank you for hanging out with me, checking out this amazing Hocus Pocus collection. If you haven't yet, make sure that you are following Muse everywhere, and especially Instagram, so you can see when and where and patterns that are created with this. If you do end up pre-ordering some of this, make sure to tag Muse in it. I mean, tag me too. I want to see it. Like, I would love to see what everybody creates with this Hocus Pocus line. But that is it for today. Again, thank you for hanging out. Have a fantastically spooky rest of your day, and I will see you in my next video.